Once upon a time, in a meadow filled with wild flowers that swayed like a rainbow quilt, purple lupins, golden buttercups, and snowy daisies, there lived a little bluebird named Benny. Benny had the coziest nest you ever saw, tucked high in the branches of a tall, kind oak tree. Every morning, the sun painted his feathers sky blue, and his best friends, Maya the mouse and Pip the rabbit, would chirp hello from below. Benny had warm seeds, soft moss, and songs to sing, and everyone in the meadow loved his cheerful whistle. But even with all that, Benny often tilted his head and sighed, "I wish I had more." One breezy afternoon, he fluttered down to the pond where Percival the peacock was practicing his dance. Percival fanned out feathers that shimmered like emeralds, sapphires, and gold. All the meadow creatures gasped. Benny's little heart fluttered with envy. "Oh, if only I had feathers like yours," he whispered, "then I'd be truly special, and everyone would notice me." Percival smiled politely, but Benny flew home feeling smaller than before. The next day, Benny watched Eleanor the eagle rise from the cliff. She climbed higher and higher until she was a speck above the cotton clouds, seeing rivers and mountains Benny had only dreamed of. "Wow," Benny chirped, flapping as hard as he could, but he puffed out after just a treetop's height. "If I could fly that high," he thought, "I'd be brave and important. I'd never feel stuck." He landed on his oak branch, tired and a little sad, sure that higher meant happier. Later that week, Benny hopped near Sammy the squirrel's hollow log. Sammy was rolling, stacking, and counting a mountain of acorns, 100, 200, more than Benny could count. Sammy chatted proudly, "Winter won't worry me." Benny looked at his own small pile of 3 seeds and felt his tummy rumble with worry. "If I had as much food as Sammy," Benny sighed, "I'd never be hungry or scared. Then my life would be perfect." He tucked his empty wish under his wing and went to sleep. One sunny morning, with dew still sparkling, Benny sat by the bubbling stream, his feathers drooping. Along came Tully, the oldest turtle in the meadow, moving slow and steady with a shell that looked like a map of many years. "Good morning, little Benny," Tully said in a warm, creaky voice. "Why does your song sound so quiet today?" Benny sighed a big, fluttery sigh. "I want my life to be better, Tully. Everyone else seems to have something more wonderful than me." Tully smiled gently, his eyes kind. "Come walk with me," he said. "Let's take a look together." First, they waddled to Percival the peacock. "Your feathers are amazing," Benny said. Percival lowered his grand tail. "They are heavy, dear Benny, and they make it hard for me to fly to my friends. I wish I could zip through the sky as easily as you do." Benny blinked. Next, they climbed to Eleanor the eagle's windy cliff. "You see the whole world," Benny chirped. Eleanor nodded sadly. "I do, but it's lonely up here. I wish I had a meadow full of friends close by, like you, to share stories with." Finally, they visited Sammy the squirrel, who was frantically hiding acorns. "Aren't you lucky?" Benny asked. Sammy twitched his nose. "I'm always worried someone will take them, or I'll lose count. I wish I could just enjoy today without worrying, like you do." Benny was surprised. Everyone seemed to want something they didn't have, just like him. As the sun began to paint the sky peach and gold, Tully led Benny up the gentle hill overlooking the whole meadow. "Now, tell me what you see," Tully whispered. Benny looked carefully, really carefully, for the first time in days. He saw his sturdy oak tree, its leaves rustling a lullaby just for him. He saw his warm nest, lined with the softest moss Maya had helped him gather. He saw Pip and Maya below, waving up at him and saving him the juiciest berry. He felt the cool breeze ruffle his blue feathers and the golden sunlight warm his face. His heart did a little hop. "I see, my home, my friends, my whole beautiful life," he whispered. Tully smiled, slow and wise. The greatest treasure, Benny, is not having everything, he said. It is being grateful for what you already have. That night, Benny flew home with a heart as light as dandelion fluff. The stars above the meadow twinkled brighter than ever before, like tiny night lights just for him. Nothing in his life had changed. Same nest, same seeds, same friends. But Benny had changed inside. As he tucked his head under his wing, he thought a new, happy thought and whispered it to the moon. I have enough. I am enough. And that makes me very, very happy. The end.